After replacing the gimbal in your drone, you may need to go through a few commands on the computer to calibrate it properly. This is a very simple process that requires plugging your drone into your computer and running a couple of Python commands in your command prompt. Let's go through it together. All links and information will be in the description below. We need to start off with downloading and installing Python. We'll be using the latest version as of this video, Python 3.10.1. Go ahead and click on download, and then on the page it brings you to, scroll to the bottom and click on Windows 10 Installer 64-bit. On the installer box, make sure to click on Add Python 3.10 to Path at the bottom before clicking Install Now. Once it's finished installing, we'll move on to downloading the rest of the stuff we need. Next on the list is PySerial, which lets Python communicate with serial ports. Download the top file named PySerial 3.5.tar.gz. After that, move on over to the next tab, GitHub, which is where we have DJI tools. Click on the green code button at the top right, and then click on Download Zip. From there, we need a way to extract these files, so open a new tab and go to 7-zip.org and click on Download for 64-bit x64. Once it's done downloading, go ahead and install it. Go ahead and browse to your download files to begin extracting everything. Right-click on PySerial and go down to 7-zip and then click Extract Here. Then click on the new folder created, PySerial 3.5.tar, click on the dist folder, right-click on PySerial 3.5.tar, go to 7-zip and again click Extract Here. Open the PySerial 3.5 file, highlight everything inside of it, right-click and click Copy, and then go to your local disk C drive. Create a new folder called DJI. Open that folder, right-click, and click Paste. Go back to your downloads, and this time extract the DJI firmware tools file. Open the folder it creates, select all files by either dragging or by holding Ctrl and pressing A, then right-click and copy. Then go back to the DJI folder we just created, right-click and click Paste. We're now ready to connect our drone. Make sure to power your drone on before connecting it to your computer. Once it goes through its startup motions, open the USB-C port on the left side of your drone and connect your cable in. Once it's plugged in, we need to take a look and see which communication port it shows. To do this, click on your Start menu at the bottom left and type in Device Manager and open it. Or you can right-click on the Start menu icon and select Device Manager. Once it opens, click on the arrow next to Ports and take note of the COM port number. In my case, it is COM6. We can now close out of the Device Manager and start the actual Python part. Click on your Start menu again and type in CMD for command prompt. Click on Run as Administrator in the panel on the right-hand side. From here, we need to get to just the C drive. Do this by typing CD and hit Enter. You may need to do this twice. Once it shows only C:/, type in CD, then put a space, then type DJI and hit Enter. Next, we will need to type in a couple of commands. The commands are in the description below, and I recommend copying them into a notepad and then adjusting them as need be. Before we go into that, let me explain the code we're going to be executing here. We start with py, which tells command prompt to use Python. Next we have com_og_service_tool.py, which tells Python which file to call for. Then we have --port COM6. This tells it where to look for the communication port. You will need to adjust this part of the code for whatever COM port number you have. So if you had COM3, just change the 6 to a 3. Next is WM231. This is the code for a Mavic Air 2. I will post the rest of the codes that the script has for other drones in the description. If you were to do this on something like a Mavic Mini, for example, that is code WM160, and you would just change the respective numbers. The next two parts are case sensitive and reference a command to run, so gimbal calibration and JointCoarse. I have no idea what JointCoarse means, but it's fine. You can copy and paste the code from a notepad into the command prompt by simply right-clicking inside of the command prompt to paste it, or by pressing Ctrl and V as in Victor. After you hit enter, the drone should begin its calibration process. Ignore the error unrecognized response to calibration command JointCoarse request. Once it finishes moving, copy and paste the second command and hit enter. It should go through another set of motions and then be done and calibrated, and you should be good to fly now. Now, there will still be errors regarding the IMU, which I have not figured out how to clear yet, but once I do, I'll put out a video on that as well. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, if you like the content I'm putting out, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all new content as it comes out. Take care.